Branded and alpha branded sunglasses that can protect your eyes from harmful UV rays. Find out how after the panel. Or maybe think about a question you could ask, because if you ask a question, you might get some sweet sunnies. And people, UV rays are even there when there's clouds. My name is Dan Casey. I am the senior editor of Nerdist.com. I'm basically the tab cola version of Chris Hardwick, so I thank you for coming anyway. We have a lot of fun stuff here today, and it's not just me, otherwise that'd be pretty self-serving. So please join me, put your hands together for Mike Shaw, Jessica Chobot, Andrew Bowser, Kyle Hill, Rachel Heine, Joan Ford, Aristotle Acevedo. Oh, hello. Thank you. Kyle, thank you for joining me today. So folks, before we get started, we're going to talk to each of these lovely people. I just wanted to say thank you so much. Recently, we passed an amazing threshold. We passed the 2 million subscriber mark on YouTube, which is insane to think about. Yeah, no, thank you. You guys should be clapping for yourselves because we really appreciate it. Without you guys, there would be no point. We'd just be screaming nerdy stuff into a void, which I would be doing anyway. Just drive with me sometime, you'll find out. But it's much better when we can actually do it. And coming to events like this at WonderCon where we actually get to meet you folks, it's the best. That's the reason we do this in the first place, to see your smiling faces, which you can protect your eyes from the harmful glint shining off them with a nice pair of sunglasses. Ask me more later. So to show our thanks, we put together a little 2 million subscriber video. So Mike, can we roll that beautiful bean footage?
I have it right here, Dan.
Oh, thank you. I remember back when Nerdist didn't have a YouTube channel. It was just a scrappy blog. But no, we have a lot of amazing people here that work behind the scenes to bring the content that goes inside your eyeballs on a daily basis. So let's meet them real quick. Mike, I'm going to come back to you. First, let's talk to the hostess with the literal mostest. They tried, there's no more that we can have. It's Jessica Chobot. You know her from Nerdist News, Bizarre States, and the writer of the amazing comic Firebrand on Web iTunes. Yeah, welcome, Jess. Jess, how are you doing today? How's your content so far?
I'm good. I just got here with my son, who is over at Downtown Disney, and so we're gonna rock the panel, and then afterwards hit up Build-A-Bear workshop, and then head home.
What kind of bear are you gonna build?
I don't know. I'm leaving it up to him.
Oh.
Yeah, I was
okay.
kind of eyeballing the. They've got My Little Ponies. There, yeah. So I was kind of looking
Wait, like
at those.
a bear pony centaur?
No, just stuffed My Little Ponies.
So there's a pony inside the bear? I've never
No,
been
bear,
to this
Dan.
establishment.
You can just option a pony.
Okay, that's way better.
Yeah.
So Jess, that was really cool to look back and see sort of some of the early days of Nerdist News. What's it been like looking back to then to where we are now?
It's weird. I can't even remember half the stuff that we did. I mean, I'm actually pretty surprised. It was a little flashback there. I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. It's great to see how much things have grown, and that, a lot of the people that were there while I was working, when I first started, are still here, and we're friends, and got my little buddy right here, and, it's been great.
Oh, you should make him at Build-A-Bear.
Ooh. I should make a Bowser Build-A-Bear.
Yes, and he's your little buddy from what show, Jess?
What?
He's your little buddy from what show?
Oh, so Bowser and I do a show that kind of started as a passion project for both of us, and still is in some regards, but called Bizarre States, where we talk about the paranormal. Thanks, guys! Paranormal and occult and just the weird stuff, and so we do that once a week on Wednesdays. From 4 to 5. Yeah, what? So listen, I got a lot. I got a lot of stuff. I'm trying to keep it all in my mind. But from 4 to 5 on Wednesdays, obviously PST or PTD time, we do it live off of our YouTube channel, and then we put it up as VOD on our Project Alpha channel, and then it goes to audio, which is where we always started with it in the first place, over on iTunes. So it's been growing. We've been getting some great guests. It's always fun. I've never been bored.
That's very true. I've never been bored.
What's something spooky you learned about recently?
Oh,
that might
well,
be
I think
spooking
the best
us in the near future.
Oh, well, Synanon was really good. Oh, Synanon was really good. So if you listen to the latest podcast, it's all about this, it started off as like a rehab center in Santa Monica, and you can actually go and visit their headquarters, which is now the Casa del Mar over in the Santa Monica Promenade Beach area. which in itself is a beautiful building, so just see it for those reasons. But it eventually, behind the scenes, became this crazy cult that moved out to Marin County at one point.
Yeah.
And they all started wearing overalls and shaving their heads and beating people up for
Fun.
For fun. Yeah, it basically kind of boiled down to fun, and how it all was this one guy's crazy idea. That was a good one, but I think that was really interesting because I had never heard about it, and I thought I was pretty well versed on the crazy that is out there. But I think the most fun we've had so far was when we had the Weird HQ people over to bring over their paranormal and occult traveling museum stuff. And
are they the people that brought that haunted mirror into the office?
No,
you guys were like, don't worry, cursed relics.
Well, so we've had 2 haunted mirrors, one which is actually over technically at DC headquarters right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That explains what's going on with the movies. Hey, I like shit.
It's the haunted mirror from Bizarre States that brought you Batman vs. Superman.
Oh my god, it's so true. No, that haunted mirror, somebody sent us because they had this weird experience with it, and it was a friend of a friend of a friend who was like, if you buy this off of us, you can have it. I'm like, here's $50, I'll take it. And but Johnny said things happened in his office because we put it in Johnny's office because he's like the least. Would you say
He's
believer in
he's
paranormal?
skeptical. He was, yeah, put the haunted mirror in my
And
office, I don't
within-
care.
Yeah, and within like 2 days, he's like, get that out of here, I never want to see it again. So there's that one, but then they also brought a scrying mirror, a black mirror.
Oh no.
And that one is supposedly
no.
haunted, and that's where like people start seeing their faces decay and have these weird, terrible nightmares.
Look, I
just
love
wanna
the
say, though-
show, but you gotta stop bringing haunted relics into
Don't stop.
Yes, and Rachel's been on, and we're gonna eventually get Kyle on too, as long as he promises to behave himself.
What?
He's gonna eat all
And not just tell us ghosts aren't real.
Yeah,
That's
that's
no
no fun. Yeah.
It could be something, they're just not trapped in mirrors.
We don't know that, Kyle. Can you prove that?
Oh, it's more of, they're not trapped there, it's
Yeah.
sort of a conduit to our world through which they travel.
Yeah.
I'm offended that the Bigfoot episode wasn't even mentioned.
Oh, shoot.
In her
Sorry.
recap.
Oh.
Well, I was going to cover that. We had
Thanks,
a great Bigfoot episode with Mike Shaw, who's
Yeah.
a Bigfoot.
Noted
And
Bigfoot truther.
Leffler, which is how the haunted mirror ended up at DC, because
Yeah.
he's technically the one that got it.
Right.
So yeah, Bigfoot's good. We actually might be doing a Sasquatch watch. A hunt.
You're doing a
Squatch
Squatch watch?
Squatch watch. We might do a Squatch watch with
Squatch watch?
yeah. Squatch watch. Squatch.
Oh, see it.
I've been talking about it with a friend of mine, and they're really interested in it. So hopefully, fingers crossed. And then I know we say this 1,000 times, but eventually we will make our way somewhere local and actually do like an on-location thing. I think the first one we're going to do, just because of location and how easy it is, would probably be Queen Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah.
like you could just start with Johnny's office.
Well, I feel like Nerdist office doesn't count anymore. Now that we've created a
It was-
pathway to the paranormal there.
It was built on that haunted burial ground, but real estate prices in this economy. Bowser, let's move on to you. You are also a host of Bizarre States, but you're also one of the people behind a lot of the funny stuff that's being put out in Nerdist. We just recently did an awesome Migos meets Beauty and the Beast parody called Belle and Bougie.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
cool. A lot of
Good.
Gucci heads out there.
Yeah, they're here for the culture. So Bowser, tell us a little bit about some of the stuff that you guys are cooking up in the lab.
Well, so in the comedy lab, I head up the comedy lab, and we only started calling it that just now. Yeah, we do a lot of fun parodies and mashups, and I direct all of our comedy videos. We're doing a fun run of Millennial Falcon webisodes, which imagine a young Han Solo, but with modern millennial tropes. Apologies to any actual millennials out there.
They can't hear you, they're busy texting.
It's just
Yeah. Apologies to Jesse McKeel. We've got a lot of fun stuff coming up. We're doing a fun Spider-Man parody soon, and a fun, I won't say what it is, but a Dude Perfect parody that I'm very excited about because I hate Dude Perfect. So any chance to make fun of those guys.
Really sticking it to Dude Perfect.
Man, no one really led the charge against Dude
Yeah.
Perfect, so I'm finally doing that.
How would Onyx the Fortuitous feel about Dude Perfect?
Onyx the Fortuitous would be very intimidated by all of those men. Yeah, and then I also do the Alpha series, Welcome to the Shadow Zone, with my character, Onyx the Fortuitous.
Who here's seen Bowser's videos out there? Weird Satanist guy, weird gamer guy.
That was a healthy smattering.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a smattering of applause.
Wait, who was it that came up to you, what like noted character actor came up to you and was gushing over Onyx?
I was a huge Wings fan. The sitcom Wings. And not many people would say that, but I really was a huge Wings fan. And we were at an event in Burbank, and yeah, Steven Weber was there. And I was already eyeballing him from across the room and man-crushing on him, but then he came up to me and said, I love Onyx the Fortuitous. Can I get a picture with you? No way. And my head nearly exploded, but then I took the selfie and had quite a night.
You gotta get him on Shadow Zone.
What's that?
You gotta get Steven Weber on Shadow Zone.
Well, yeah, maybe he can be Onyx's stepdad, Steven Weber. Yeah. Yeah, that was honestly a nerd moment, even though I know not many people would say Wings is something.
Yeah, where are the Wings heads at in this room?
Oh,
yeah!
Or where are my weird mini-series iteration of The Shining heads at? Oh, yeah?
Oh, there she is.
Oh, yeah! Anyway, Steven Weber is a big fan of mine, that's all I need to know.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Now, before we move on to our local science man, I believe we have a sneak preview, never before seen a brand new episode of Millennial Falcon. Can you cue that up for us? What's in this one?
I think it's